So welcome to today's video, and from the title you can see one of the best cures or the hidden cure for mental health problems. So why there are a lot of options you can choose from. You can choose to self-medicate, you can choose to go for therapy, but today I'll be making emphasis on learning how to fight. I'm not becoming pro, but just learning how to fight. Now, why learning how to fight? Everything that goes on in the ring can cross-pollinate into your daily life. And we're going to start from just learning how to get hit. You're going to get hit at every point in time. You're going to get hit, and in life also, you're going to have a lot of setbacks. You're going to have a lot of things not going your way, but the main thing is to get back up and continue. Now, I'm not trying to self-motivate anyone. I'm not trying to motivate anyone or anything. I'm just telling you how all these things apply to life and all. So what else is there? You have to be willing to learn. You have to be willing to learn from your coach, everyone around you. You're going to absorb information like a sponge. You're going to absorb information like a sponge before you now start to apply. Now, your coach in life is your mentor. That's outside of the ring. It's your mentor. You might not even have one mentor, you might have a lot, but you still understand, you still get the underlying principle. What else is there? Everything comes down to you. You know, when they say depression isn't real, and the person that comes to everyone's mind is Andrew Tate, there's a lot of truth to it, but people confound that statement to the emotion or the state of depression not being real. That's not what it meant. He means that you have more control over your emotional state than you think. Same thing with the ring. If you become angry and you try to start fighting, your opponent is going to see all the loopholes in your pattern of fighting and your rhythm, and is going to capitalize on it. So it's the same thing. It means you have more control over your emotions and over your states than you think. And when you're in the gym now and you have a sparring day, 2 minutes before your sparring day, you're talking to your friend. You're talking, you're laughing, you're just doing everything. But 2 minutes after, you're trying to kill this person, absolutely pulverize him. Then 3 minutes after, next thing, you're talking again. At first, when you do this, you're going to experience this sense of this cognitive dissonance that how did this just happen from such a high emotional state back to a base one. It shows you how much in control you are of your emotions. Now, you're going to have to learn to hit people. You have to learn to attack. And attacking in life is chasing everything you want to achieve. You're going to learn how to attack. You're going to learn how to hit. And you're going to learn how to get hit. Now, the thing about the ring is 99% of everything is in your power. 99%. Now the 1%, maybe the judges are not in your favor, or maybe there's a piece of, or there's a light pool of water on the ring that makes you slip. Something that is not within your control. That's how the world is. 99% of everything is in your control. But there's that 1% here. You can leave it to fate. And as people would say in the gym, the best way to win a fight is to make sure that the maximum rounds do not end, because then they have no option but to declare you the winner. You must absolutely pulverize your opponent. If you're an amateur boxer, you cannot let those 3 rounds end, because you should have killed your opponent by round 1 or round 2. His coach needs to throw in the white towel to say, yes, I have surrendered, so you can be declared the ultimate winner. That's the same thing with life. Now, you get this sense of humility. You have no choice but to be humble, because you now understand how fragile you are as a person. And when you improve over time, you now understand how much damage you can do as a person. Now, there's this very, very evident paradox. The more you know, the more you realize you don't know. The more you know, the more you realize you don't know. And the more room for improvement you realize there is. The thing is, people do the opposite of this nowadays. They believe the more they know, the less they need to know, and that's very common in higher institutions and just the whole educational system. People think once they're done with the tertiary institution, yeah, that's all for them. They don't really need to learn much, and that's actually a very, 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 let me not say bad way, but regressive way of thinking. Now, what else is there? Yes, you are going to have to self-analyze. After every sparring session, after every bag session, you're going to have to self-analyze, see where your mistakes were, see what you could have done better. You're going to have to ask your coach for tips. You're going to have this person for tips, that person, or what did I do here? And ultimately, it's going to lead to a massive amount of improvement. Same thing in your daily life. You're also going to have to analyze your opponents. Just anything you're chasing, you're going to have to rigorously, vigorously, vociferously analyze it so you can understand the flaws, the pattern, the rhythm of how this thing goes as this person. So, yeah, you're also going to have to practice a lot. You can't improve without practice. It's not possible. It's not possible. I know they like to say everything is possible, but no, you can't improve without practice. Even in anything, you can't. Even if you're the best at it. Messi himself said it took him 17 years and 46 days to become an overnight success. So if Messi has to practice every day to get where he had gotten to, or even Cristiano Ronaldo, person that is most famous for working hard in football, has to do all of that to be that good, why do you now think you have to do so little? This also cross-pollinates into your daily life. Now, why did I choose fighting again? Because out of all the options you have at your disposal to improve your mental health, this really gives you more of a leeway to improve every other thing and your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health, your psychological health, and your mental health included, since that's the main topic of the video. So basically, it just has the most concomitants out of all the other options you might have at your disposal. If you have a therapist, if you're going to get some drugs, sorry. If you have a therapist, if you're going to get some drugs, yeah, that's up to you. But fighting in its own self has the most concomitant out of all the options you might have. Your mental health is going to improve tenfold, physical health 100-fold, psychological health 1,000-fold, because people are going to play mind games with you. They're going to play mind games with you. And your spiritual health, yes, getting punched in the face is spiritual. It's a very spiritual experience. Everyone needs to experience that. So yeah, that's why I chose fighting. It gives you the most out of it all. What else is there? And so another thing, when you have improved and when you've gotten to a certain point, after through a lot of practice sessions, you now learn to be gentle. You learn to be gentle with people who are just entering this space. You don't have to be so brazen with everyone, because you know you are going to utterly dominate this person. And yeah, you just, like I said, you understand the balance between fragility and danger, because you realize how dangerous you are as a person and how fragile you are. So yeah, it's a good thing, man. It's a very, very good thing. It helps you understand yourself better. It helps you understand people better. And am I saying you should go and learn how to fight? No, because if they break your jaw, you do not say you learned it from one YouTube video. Am I also saying you should not learn how to fight? No, it's your own decision. Remember, you are in control of everything. So if you want to learn. If you don't want to learn, but I just want you to take these underlying principles or values from fighting and just apply it into your daily life, and everything will be okay.